Good morning, everyone. This is Lori with 3 Keys Astrology, and this is your astrology forecast for October 15th through 21st. Happy birthday to you, sweet Libras. Come and get your readings from me for your brand new birthday year if you've already gotten your birth chart. All of my services are available on my website of the same name as this YouTube channel, www.3keysastrology.com. If you want to become a professional astrologer, I teach. To date, I've read over 8,000 readings, and I've got quite a body of work on this channel on some forensic astrology, criminal investigation, and legal analysis that you'll enjoy. The week of October 15th through 21st is still it's a build of the 2 weeks that we've had before, so if you've missed those forecasts, you'll see them weekly. The energy we have is excellent for us to keep up with our physical needs, to give us good prowess and stamina, especially Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and excellent for the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So we have excellent energies, again, like results week was last week, for resolution. And I'm going to tell you some of the pitfalls and traps you can fall into, but I'm going to help you prevent those if you're interested. So the biggest events this week are, this will be our last week for the sun to shine in Libra, and also Venus will be leaving Libra on the 23rd, which coincides with the most important event of our October 2022, one of the most important, I should say, in that we have a solar eclipse on the 23rd. I'll get more into that next week for your videos, for this is Saturday to Saturday, 15 through 21. 15 through 22, excuse me. Next week's will be 22 through the end of the month. And that is where the eclipse occurs. And then Venus enters a debilitated state when she is in Scorpio. So I want to emphasize our health again. That's prime. But as far as interpersonal relating, you can get a lot done. And you can have results, resolutions, final commitments. There is some wonderful energy in the coming week that's got the vibes of honeymoon. I especially love Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday can be good. Now, that's the following week. But to start with, on top of the solar eclipse approaching, and that the other most significant thing is, you've heard me say in previous videos, we cannot underestimate that the virus is on its rise, that this is the time of the year when everyone is a little more apt to get ill via the change in seasons and change in climate temperature, barometric pressures thus far. It's also a risk for mental health because the light is diminishing on the earth. And Venus is going to be changing from a morning star into an evening star at this progression. And that's not a comfortable place for women, and especially women that are involved with men that are unbalanced Scorpio energy or Plutonic energy, that are obsessive, compulsive, intensive, and stalkerish. That's a lookout. But while we're in this week, with this final week of the sun and Venus, I'm encouraging daddies and daughters again to mend ways, to show each other their appreciation. This, because it's a coming eclipse is solar, we have a lot of energy, females who love our males. There are many of us. If you're part of that population that knows that we need each other to accomplish anything, this week we're going to really need females to help slow our guys down a little bit. There's a potential for accident energy, but it's not the normal energy. It's because the sun and Pluto are kind of wrestling a little bit with each other, and the dynamic physical power that's available to us can make people get hurt because you're overexerting. So if you're that type anyway, workaholic-ish, we've got a lot of this energy. The best thing of all, though, is something that is really quite rare and incredible, and that is Jupiter is a god of the sky. He's a brother of Neptune in mythology, the god of the sea. And Jupiter is one of the best planets we have in our solar system for beneficence. Jupiter offers blessings, healing, love, and ideology, and philanthropy. And I can tell you that we will enjoy until the 28th of October. Our Jupiter is at a 0 degree in Aries. Now, this is the only fire energy that we have. So, but it's the highest. It's holy energy. Those of us that are Catholic that know the love and comfort in holy fire, that have been baptized or experienced the power that is the Holy Spirit, this is that energy. And while it's not yet near Chiron, it is some of the healing energy that we need desperately for the earth. Now, back to when I was talking to you about cautionary health crisis. I have a thriving astrology practice, friends. And when I've seen Mercury in transit or Mars in transit the 12th house, and that means all of we that are Cancer rising have to be very, very diligent. All of you that are Pisces, Mars is squaring you. Virgo, you're being squared. Sagittarius, you are at a higher risk to catch this virus than the other signs. And make no mistake, and you've got to, so it's Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. But Cancer risings, because this virus and this energy of the virus is in an uncomfortable position in our 12th house, a health house. So you can come and consult with me. I'm happy to help you improve your health in any way that I can. I taught an astrology and remedy class. If you're interested, email me and you can buy those videos because we gather together as a group weekly. But my point is, Jupiter at 0 degrees is a big, huge umbrella blessing on planet Earth. And Jupiter will be coursing and getting closer and closer to the degree that is the galactic center as time goes on. And that's also going to really enhance the public and humanity. So while we're in this little bit of a, I'd call it a little bit of a dirty ditch when it comes to health and wealth, the market is not going to be nice. Don't worry. We've been talking about that. We've been warning you. Your investments, your portfolios, your 401ks will be on a decline, but they'll recover. So think wisely about how you're going to move things around, because it'll dip down, but it'll climb back up. I promise. It's not going to be nice for October, November, neither will prices. And a lot of us are feeling those effects. But the week ahead, the wow of this Jupiter at 0 degrees is that I'd like you to go into your heart and really try to be mindful this week of anybody that you know needs help, healing help. There are many of us in my private astrology Facebook group, 3 Keys Astrology, that are healers, nurses, doctors, social workers, attorneys, the public that helps put things back together when things go awry. This is excellent. If you are in the medical field, this energy will help. This energy can help find a definitive cure. But please know that we're all at a risk. So Cancer risings, especially protect your lungs, protect your health. Be mindful. We're going to have to discern who we should let into our homes at this time. And that's really going to continue in a big way until mid-January. It's still going to be risky through February, March, and April. It gets easier by the time we get to Memorial Day or the end of May weekend, 2023. But we can't fool around. Just keep in mind, how many people does one person interact with on an average basis? That person poses a risk to you and your family, the elderly, the weak, the disabled, the infants. So we have to be very mindful of the infant population, the elderly population, and especially pay good, close attention to the men in our lives. So let's get on with this forecast. Enjoy your last week of the Sun and Venus in Libra, which is great for negotiation, mediation, litigation, and resolution. Starting with Saturday, we have we're coming off of last week's forecast, a grand lunar trine between Venus, the Sun, and Saturn. And that, I told you, was excellent to make commitments with. This is love bonds that are unbreakable. This is when you put the ring on each other's finger and say a vow in front of family, friends, and take that vow to God. So remember that. If you can hold on to the juice of Friday the 14th to carry into Saturday the 15th, you'll do well. Because that good juju can make your Saturday a whole lot easier. Now, this is where the mommies the wives, the women who love their men, mothers, grandmothers, friends, neighbors, because we have an unusually powerful dynamic with the sun being in conjunction or quincunx to Pluto, Mars conjunct the moon, and then the moon squaring Jupiter. This is normally not accident energy, but the only reason it will be is for overexertion or if you're a workaholic. This energy will make you a little bit too ambitious, a whole lot pushy, and a little bit obsessive about the things you want. So if you hold on to that gorgeous energy from Friday with that grand lunar trine between the sun, Venus, and Saturn with the moon, then you can quell some of this. And just hearing this forecast too gives you a heads up. So I would say overly demanding, overexertion, and can bring you complications with other people and will get you in a physical risk to push too hard to cause a physical injury. Just know that. That's your Saturday. Now, what's really nice is at noontime on Saturday, the moon goes Cancer. Now, this vibe is mine. I'm Cancer rising. This vibe is great for all of us that are Pisces, Taurus, and a little bit Scorpio when you're calm and you're chill and you're relaxed and you feel unafraid and comforted and secure in your life. So this Cancer moon at noon will definitely help, but moms, grandmothers, sisters, brothers, neighbors, coddle your population male. Coddle them, give them extra health, give them extra love. Bring in the chicken soup, it's chicken soup time. And alkalizing the body is one of the best ways to give health for every organ in the human body. So, and I've spoke to you at length about Listerine. There's a video on YouTube that kills the virus. So that's beautiful. Now, the trap would be that you fall into power plays or that you let that pushy other irritate you and then you're trapped in their chaos. Try not to let that happen. All right, Sunday should be peaceful, family. And this Sunday, the 16th, is not without its difficulty. And it would be mostly for, I think, mommies and over anxious children. What you can do to counter this is that keep your Sunday the 16th still. If you have chores to do, you'll have plenty of energy to get all that stuff done on Saturday, but don't run around on Sunday. Don't let that be the day that you're grocery shopping, school supplies, school clothes, whatever. You haven't met those needs yet because we have the moon squaring Mercury, and this can really make little ones extra energetic, extra curious, extra precocious, extra ambitious, and it's counter to what mama wants to get done. So I would not do everything in my power not to have a hurried Sunday. And this is for people at large too. The moon rules the public. So when the moon is squaring Mercury, this is a time when we're tugged between our feelings and our thoughts. And I always say, the makeup that God made me, you have to come to the heart. So if Mercury is your mind and your thoughts, and the moon is your deep feelings in your belly of what you need to feel secure, fed, loved, cared for, come up to the heart. Let that mind and heart meet in the middle. Let that mind and belly meet in the middle. And I always encourage, especially in this day in the stage of Aquarius, to be more feeling centered than you are thought centered, because your mind can be a trap and you can race crazy with when the moon is squaring Mercury, and you can cause unnecessary grief for yourself and others when you're mentally on that race and that rat's the little rat on the wheel going round and round, really going nowhere. And this is also an indication for insomnia. So I say that Sunday the 16th is an excellent day for you to bring in the movies, old family films. It's got to be calm. It's got to be chill. You kind of want to close the doors to the outside world and feather your nests. Have good things to eat. Have gentle music playing. Get out the chamomile tea and the cocoa and snuggle your babies and love. Keep them calm. You can do this easily with music and movies, and keep it chill. It's not a day to race. It's not a day to run. It's a family day and a holy day. So enjoy that. Now let's get on with the week, the 17th through the 22nd. I really want you to know that the energy, the most important energies are the physical energy and the communications energies. So for Virgo, for Capricorn. Virgo's going to love this week. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a little bit difficult for Sagittarius, Pisces, can be for Capricorns, Aquarians, if you don't heed the warnings of any of the traps, because there's a lot of, the energy is mostly good, in my opinion. But don't underestimate that this week, especially Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, it's highly mentally charged. Now, the moon's mental too. The moon's quite mental all week. She's in Virgo, she's in Gemini when we start. So there's a lot of good mental energy for resolution. Libra wants to resolve. Libra is the law of our zodiac. It's coming into balance, those scales of justice. There's enough for you, there's enough for me. Can we share? Can we cooperate? If you hold that action in place, you can really get out of bed early, get things done, get your paperwork filed, get your taxes filed for those quarterlies. It's a great work to get all that stuff. Resolution and results continue as they have been if you're taking advantage of these forecasts. So Monday, I love that the sun is in a trine to Mars, which is good energy for if you're up in the morning to do workouts, you like to take a morning run, you want to work out, perfect. The moon is also trining Neptune. And this is the energy of we that are writers and songwriters and songsters and dancers and people who bring the imaginative world to the real world. Excellent for that. The moon is also in a sextile to Uranus. And this is that high mental acuity that gives you the ability to hear God, to hear your angels and spirit guides, and to bring that intuitive, psychic, and trust of faith to your everyday life. Excellent energy. Those of you that are students right now, this is great too, for especially engineering students, students in science, the biologies, all the sciences. It doesn't matter what kind. This is an enhancement, and with Jupiter being in at a 0 degree, Jupiter is going to put that blessing on every part of our lives if we just tap into it. That energy is holy, and it's huge. It is not singular energy. Though it's in Aries, Jupiter's expanding, saying, don't be singular. Be Sun, Venus, be Libra. Do the best for the whole, not just for yourself. And in that generosity, we give our love and our blessings and our faith and our joy to other people. Hold that energy, because why? Because now on Monday, what can be tough, because we have a little bit of a mixed bag. There's great energy, stay in that vibe. However, I told you that last 2 weeks forecast can be challenging for mothers with rebellious teenagers, especially daughters. That still continues. And also couples that are having conflict and not staying in the vibe of we'd rather get along than not get along. There can be challenges to that too, because we've got the moon is in a square to Venus, the moon is opposite Pluto, and the sun is squaring Neptune. So we have to, this is also mothers and daughters' health too, guys. Again, to repeat, Mars and Gemini can attack the lungs. It's squaring all Sun Pisces. You have to be so careful. Be judicious with who you're letting in the door, where you're going. We've got delivery service. You can order everything today. You don't need to be in crowded stores. Don't be in crowded theaters. Don't be in spaces. Doctors' offices are full of germs, sadly. Sick people go there. Try to limit those visits and get more homeopathic. You have those astrology and remedy videos to you if you write to me at ducky@3keysastrology.com. They're private. I'll release them. They cost. That's the work, that a body of work I did this summer. Now, so stay into the good vibes for Monday. And if those other populations, daughters, moms, children, are antsy and anxious and Plutonian, get down on your knees. Get down to their level. If you stand over them and tower over them and point your finger down at them and try to tell them what to do, you're going to build the energy of anger and power and domination. Get down on your knees. Get lower than the person you're having the contest with. And every time you can have resolution. Wednesday. So I love Tuesday. Oh my God, I love Tuesday. So we just talked about Monday, excuse me. I love Tuesday, I love Thursday, I love Friday. Why? It is, honest to God, the energy of a honeymoon. And those of you that are on one, God bless you. I have a couple of clients that are thinking of you, Jasmine, and wishing you and your husband a long and happy married life together with those twins we talked about that I see coming, because the blessing that showering those wedding dates of a 0-degree Jupiter is very, very good. On Tuesday, it's Lover's Day. Venus is in a trine to Mars. And not only that, you've got that Moon Neptune vibe still going on. And so I want you to know that we also have the Moon in a trine to Jupiter. And remember, at 0 degrees, this is the public being blessed by the heavens. That's what it is. And when you marry and mark days like these, you get to keep that energy for the marriage, for the partnership, for the lovers. So if you're lucky to be in love, and if you're not, this is a good day for you to go ask that guy or that girl out that you think is attractive. I love Tuesday. That honeymoon vibe I'll skip over continues onto Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, it's excellent for Virgos. At noontime, the moon goes into Virgo and stays there through our Friday. And not only is this great for love and more of those honeymoon vibes and more of that closeness you're going to feel with a person you love most dearly, this is about stabilizing and grounding that energy. That's finding that home. That's making that home better. That's putting new furniture in that home. That's filling the cupboards with good, nutritious food. Virgo, Cancers, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, the whole zodiac. This is about making home count. Feeling good, feathering your nest again is this energy. And then, so I'll go back to Wednesday. So Wednesday is really the most trying day of the week again. It's on the 19th Wednesday. The reason being is that we have the moon is opposite Saturn. It's in conjunction to Neptune, and the sun is squaring Pluto, and that is downright despotic energy, and that megalomania so if you have authority figures that are problematic, then you're going to have challenges. This is hierarchical challenges. This is when children don't respect their parents and they kind of tower over. This happens a lot with mothers and daughters during the stages of individuation in that psychological development. But this is the rude, entitled, disrespecting parents, most especially mothers. This can be a conflict with fathers and sons on Wednesday, but it's authority clashes for sure. The energy feels like tug of war, and it's challenging, it's tough, it's pushy, and it is the energy mine, mine, mine. And it's that willful, stingy energy, and it is the reason that we're at war in certain parts of the country. So that's not a great day. But you've heard me say how wonderful the rest is overall. This is great for results, resolution, cooperation, finalizing legal issues, wrapping up those tax issues, not overspending and not indulging. Even though Jupiter is at a 0 degree, 0 is a pure degree. So it's the philosophical, philanthropic Jupiter. It's not the indulgent Jupiter. It's the Jupiter that's giving and being generous and sharing its benefits, its wealth, its knowledge. Jupiter is knowledge. It's the highest of truths. That's why our Sagittarians are such people of ideal and philosophical, often religious. So this is really nice for all of that. So finally, I'll get more into this next week, but on Saturday, the moon is in a trine to Uranus again. Great again for the psychic, the clairvoyant, the spiritual healers, for insight, to hear the angelic realm, to bring heaven to earth. And it's great for freedom. And in the development of your character, in the development of becoming, which is what your sun is, in Libra, it's about being loving. In this last week of Venus and the sun in Libra, it is about being loving. We have the sun, we have Venus and Jupiter, benefic and loving and caring and paternal and maternal and wonderful, saying we need to care for each other, not fight with each other. So when the moon, though, is in a trine to Uranus, this is to be free, to be you, that your feelings get to be expressed, whatever they are, in a good way. And it's releasing pressure and tension and anything troubling. Because in the release of a runaway, they're getting away from trouble. Uranus is runaway energy. It is rebellion energy. It is saying, I can't take this stifling, hard powering down of over me. So I want to leave all of you with God bless all of you. This is a really wonderful week if you allow it, and step away from those mind traps where I spoke to you about egotism and domination and pushing. It would be better if you just love up the men in your life and help them, give them strength. There's never more a stronger man than when he's got a woman behind him, a good one, who adores him and loves him and doesn't put him down, doesn't emasculate him like Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp. And I have those videos on the channel. And you can see other reasons why things go awry. I did a Jada Pinkett Will Smith, another woman who emasculates men. That's not the kind of woman we should be ever. And I'm 100% against that kind of attitude and degradation. Moon trine Uranus that we have to look forward to next Saturday is so good to be free, to be you. So just be you. It's also the energy that's excellent to get together with groups of friends, although we have to be careful because of the virus and the health risks. But you can still talk to them on the phone or Zoom with them. Thank God for technology. Uranus is technology. Uranus is astrology. So I would say just be you, be free, be you, and be true. Take care, everyone. Stay tuned for next week's forecast, and be well. Bye for now.